Everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And in the last video, we have discussed about the concept of right outer join. Now we will take an example to understand that. We'll be using the same tables that we used in the concept video. So I'll simply click here on new query and it will open a new query window for us. And let's say here at the top, you can see that already sales database is selected. I will write simple select statements to first of all see the data that we are going to use for analysis. So I will write select star from table 1, and then in the next line I'll write select star from table 2. So these are the two tables that we are going to use for analysis. I'll select these two statements and I will simply execute them. So this is the data that we have. All right. Now, let's say we further want to see that how right outer join can be applied. So I will write simple syntax to show it to you how we can apply right outer join. So for join predicate, we will be using column 1 from both the tables as we did in the last example, in the last video. So I can simply write select star from table 1 right join table 2 on table 1 dot column 1 to be equal to table 2 dot column 1. If I will now execute the statement written in line 7, if I'll select it and execute it, you can see that this is going to be the output. If we will compare this output with what we had in the presentation, so we can open that as well. So let's open the output and we can further reduce the size. So Windows left arrow key. And here we have the tables that we have, and on the second slide we have the output, right? So this is the output that we got, and you can see that this output exactly matches with the output that we have here in the SQL server. So if I press enter, so you can see that this is the statement that we have used, right? And this is written here at top as well. On the right hand side you can see. And now let's say we want to write right outer join in place of right join. So you can see that here right join is written. In fact, if you will write right outer join in place of right join, it will work in the same way. So let's write a statement to check that as well. So we can write select star from table 1 right outer join table 2 on table 1 dot column 1 to be equal to table 2 dot column 1. If I will now select these two statements which are written in line 7, 8 and 10, 11, so both of them will generate same output. If I'll click on execute, you can see that both of them are generating same output and it matches with this output as well. But as of now, let's say we do not want all the columns in the output. So what we can do in that case, we can use table aliases and then we can define the column names. So I will write select star. First of all, let's write select star from table 1. Let's give it an alias as A. Right outer join. Sorry. Table 2 B on A dot C1 to be equal to B dot C1. So it's going to generate the same output, and in place of star, we can simply write A dot C1, comma A dot C2, comma B dot C3. So this will give us column 1 from table A. Sorry, here we should write A dot. All right. And then the second part will give us column 2 from table A or table 1. And then this B dot C3 will give us column 3 from table 2 or table B, right? We have written it as B. So now if I will execute the statement written in line 13 to 15, so you will see that this is the output. And you can see same output here in the presentation that we discussed in the last video. And here you can see that we have 3 columns, that is C1, C2, C3. You can see here in the output we have C1, C2, C3. And we achieved it by writing this statement, which is highlighted here, right? This statement. So that's how we can use this right join or right outer join to get the desired output. If you would like to discuss about that, how this output was generated, so we can again open the table that we have. This is the table that we have, and we have already discussed about this table. So you can see that this first one, if I'll erase it and if I'll explain it again. All right. Fine. All right. So we said that this one will match with this one. When this first one will match with this one, it will give us 1XA, 1A. So here you can see first record 1A, and all the here we are having 3 columns only. Let's run the select statement that we had at the top so that we can see all the columns. Let's execute the statement written in line 10 and 11. And now we can see all the 4 columns in the output, and now let's compare. So again, I'll explain. All right. So first of all, we discussed when this first one will match with this one. So in that case, we will get the output 1XA and 1A. So you can see in the first record 1XA, 1A. Now let's talk about the second record. So when this 2 will match with this 2, this will generate 2MB, 2C. So if you look at the third record, you can see 2MB, 2C. Also, this first one will match with this second one as well, right? Because this one will match with the second one as well. So this will generate 1XA, 1B. So you can see the second record, 1XA, 1B. Now, if I'll talk about the other records, so this first 2 matched with this 2. Now this second 2 will also match with this 2. So it will generate 2NX, 2C. So we have 2NX in the fourth record, 2NX, 2C. Now null will never match with null. But since we are talking about right outer join and this null is present in the right table only, that's why we will get null MO, and corresponding to this null MO, since there is no matching record present in column 1 of table 1, that's why we will get null in all corresponding columns coming from left table. That's why we have in record number 5 null, null. That's why you can see null, null in column 1 and column 2 coming from left table, while this null present from column 1 of table 2 is because this null is present in the right table. That's why it is there, because we are talking about right outer join. Now similarly, if I talk about this 4, so this 4, since it is only present in the right table and we are talking about right outer join, so this 4XY will be present in the output. So this 4XY is present in the output. Sorry, but since corresponding to this 4, there is no matching value in column 1 of table 1, that's why corresponding to all the columns coming from table 1, we get null values. So you can see record number 6, we have null, null, 4XY. Similarly, if I'll talk about this 5, so this is, since we are talking about right outer join and it is present only and only in the column 1 of table 2, so you will see 5TF in the output. So you can see 5TF in the output coming from the right table. But corresponding to this 5, we do not have any value, any matching value present in column 1 of table 1. That's why we will get null values corresponding to all the columns coming from left table. That's why in record number 7, you can see we have null, null, 5TF. So I hope this video was helpful and you got an understanding about the right outer join. We'll meet in the next session. We'll discuss about other types of joins. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.